What's going on, YouTube? We back at it again with another video up here at the shop. Today we're gonna go ahead and prep the Jeep for paint. We're gonna go ahead and get it all cleaned down, wiped down real good, and masked off. I went to Harbor Freight earlier and went and picked up a big tarp just to lay down in here to keep some of the dirt down. I am going to bring some water and put some water down on the floor when I go ahead and start painting. Then I'm going to cover all this stuff up. I got some little rolls of plastic and everything, just so I can go ahead and just cover up everything that I don't want to get overspray on. So I got some more microfiber towels, a couple rolls of the plastic, just a few things. I got a new water separator, a new regulator, a couple new fittings, another roll of tape, and a box of gloves because I'm starting to run low on mine. But I'm about to go ahead and pull the Jeep in here and start getting it taped off and wiped down. Stick with me. So I got the Jeep pulled in. I just got the bumper set off to the side for now, so I got some room to walk around and all that. Got my heater going to keep it warm. It's a little chilly right now outside. It's supposed to be beautiful tomorrow, so I'm gonna get this thing all taped off. As you can see, I have already started a little bit of it. Get it all taped off, throw the plastic on it, and get it all ready and prepped for tomorrow. So that way, all I have to do is come in, give everything a final wipe down, and then we can go ahead and start shooting some paint. Stick with me. I'm gonna get it all taped off and show y'all the next step. Alright, so she's all masked off, ready to go. Got her taped off, got the plastic up there, got everything covered, all the wheels are covered, whole front end, everything's covered, ready to go. So tomorrow in the morning, when I come in, I'm gonna throw the bumper up on the stand, and then I will go ahead and give everything a good wipe down with alcohol, maybe 2 or 3 times, and then I'll tack cloth it, and then we'll go ahead and get ready to start laying some paint down. Stick with me. I'll catch y'all in the morning. So it's the next day here. I got the bumper set up on the stand. I got my air hose ran out to my compressor. I have a nice little gas powered compressor right here that I'm gonna use to paint with. I do have pressure regulators and gauges on here, but I'm gonna let these run wide open and I'm gonna control the pressure on the gun itself. But nice little Honda air compressor, 155 max PSI, which we won't need nowhere near that much. Brought a fan over and went and stopped and bought a filter this morning. That way I can filter the fan and all the paint fumes out the door. Went ahead and got the gun set up, ready to go with the water separator and the pressure regulator. Loctite, well not Loctite, but Teflon. All my fittings, all that's good to go. I just got to do the adjustments on the gun, and then that'll be ready to go. So I'm about to go ahead and just wipe everything down with alcohol, and then we will tack rag it, and we'll go ahead and get set up and mix the paint and start going. All right, I got the car all wiped down with alcohol and a microfiber towel. Now I'm about to go ahead and tack rag everything right quick, get that done, and then we'll go ahead and mix up the paint. As you can see, she is pretty clean. Barely anything on there. No piece of, but she's pretty clean. I'm gonna go ahead and finish wiping everything down. Stick with me. All right, I got everything tack ragged in the fender, the bumper, the hood. Everything's nice and clean. So I'm about to go ahead and rinse my hands right quick. They're sticky from the tack rag. Clean up my hands, and then we're gonna go ahead and start mixing up some paint. All right, so I put plastic on everything that I don't want overspray to get on. Just went ahead and covered all that stuff up right quick. I'm not worried about the walls because they're silver and we're painting with the silver. But first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean out the gun with some paint thinner just to get all the oils and everything out of it. Since it's a brand new gun, I just want to run something through it to clean it right quick. I'm gonna just dump a little bit in here. Put the top on her. And we're just gonna swirl it around in there. Make sure to get all the oils off of the side. And then I'm gonna just squeeze the trigger and let the stuff run out of it. And get it nice and clean. Until there's nothing left in it. Now she's nice and clean. Give her a good little wipe down. We'll go ahead and start mixing paint. I'm gonna just wipe the tip of this off real good. This is just a cheap little Harbor Freight gun. Comes with a 1.4 nozzle. I think this was on sale for like $15 or something. I'm gonna probably just use it this one time and maybe throw it away, or I might clean it out, set it off to the side and see how it does. Gonna go ahead and make all the adjustments on the gun right quick, and then I will go ahead and start mixing up paint. So this here, this knob is for the fan, how wide of a fan you want. You want to open this all the way up and then back it off just a little turn. Now this one is how much flow you're gonna have. So you want to pull the trigger and unscrew it all the way until she feels like she's about to pop out. And then while the trigger's held, screw it back in until it bottoms out right there, and then set your locking ring. Now that gives you plenty of play. In this, we're going to open all the way up, and that's your airflow, and we're going to control it by the regulator. Gun set up, ready to go. And before we start spraying, we'll go ahead and test the fan pattern and everything like that before it's actually laying down some paint. Alright, so the paint we're going to use is a 1-to-1 mixture. So on the cup, you have right here 1-to-1. So what you do is, like say you want to go to 4, you fill up the paint to the 4th line, and then you put your reducer to the 2nd 4th line, being that it's 1 and 1. So let's go ahead and do that right quick. Pop this can open. And that's the silver. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a quick little mix. gonna go ahead and pour the color in here. I'm gonna probably go to 4 to 4 on this one, just to get it a start on it. If I gotta mix more, I'll mix more. Alright, and there's 4. Go ahead and wipe that off. And we'll just set the top back on for now. Set it off to the side. And as you can see, we're right at the 4 mark. And then we're gonna go ahead and add our reducer to the next 4 mark. And there we go. Put the top back on, and then give this a nice stir. Alright, I'm about to start up the compressor, get the door shut down and the fan going, and then we're going to put the fan in the gun and get ready. Put our strainer in here. And we'll go ahead and dump our paint in. Alright. She's ready to go. Pop this top on. Hook up the air hose and get our pressure right. Got it at about 28 psi right now. So we'll go ahead and check the fan pattern and get it spraying.
Alright, we got the first coat down. I'm going to let that dry for about 15 minutes. And then we'll hit it with another coat after that. See how many coats we should put on here to make it look right. And we'll go from there.
Alright, so this is what it's looking like after one coat. I just hit it with a quick coat, just so it has something to stick to for the next coat. Yeah, I got the tiger stripes and everything, but all that'll go away once I get a couple more coats on it, blending into the door there. So I got a few more minutes of this drying, and then we're gonna go ahead and pop another coat on. All right, we're about to start coat number 2.
I got the second coat down. I'm gonna let that dry for another 15 minutes or so. And then I'm gonna hit it with a third coat. And it should be good to go after the third for some clear. Alright, I went ahead and sprayed the third coat off camera. I mixed up the rest of the paint. And went ahead and got the third coat laid in. But that's what she's looking like as of right now. We're going to let that dry. And then we are going to go ahead and mix up the clear and start shooting in a couple coats of clear.
Alright, so I got a thing of clear coat mixed up, and I went ahead and went to the 4-to-1. I went 5-to-5. That's my 4 parts clear, 1 part of hardener. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this stirred up, get the gun loaded up, and we're gonna go ahead and start shooting the first clear.
Alright, let's go ahead and lay some clear. Coat 1 is done. Gonna go ahead and let that dry for right now. Then once that's dry or tacky enough, we'll go ahead and add the second coat. Alright, so I got the second coat done of clear coat. She's looking pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and lay down probably one more coat, one more heavy wet coat, and then she'll be good to go.
Alright, so I went ahead and actually put down 4 coats of clear because I am going to cut and buff all of this stuff. For my first time really painting this much stuff on a vehicle, I don't think it came out bad at all. There is some trash in it here and there, and you know, some spots that we'll have to correct with the cut and buff and all that, but for the most part, she looks pretty good. I'm gonna wait about an hour and then I'll unmask everything on it, and then we'll see what it looks like with it all untaped. And then tomorrow I will pull it out in the daylight and see what it looks like under the sun, because of right now, these lights in here with all the reflections in the roof and all that kind of looks like it's striping on the hood, but I do believe it's the reflection of that, because in the fender here you can clearly see me right here and you can see the wall, so all that's striping on the wall. So we'll pull it out in the daylight tomorrow and see what it looks like really good, and then we'll go from there. But I'll be back in about an hour to untape this and we'll see what it looks like. It's the next morning up here at the shop. I went ahead and got everything unmasked. She actually looks fairly good. Color matched up pretty good. Everything's all taped off. I'm gonna go ahead and put everything back together and pull her outside and give you all a final look. Stick with me. Alright, got her all put back together out in the sun. She looks pretty good to me. Not the best in the world, but hey, it matches. It all flows together. And that's all I was looking for, to make it look uniformed, one color, and we're good to go. Everything's wrapped up on a Jeep. I just got to put the wiper nozzles and everything back in, and that's it. Let's go ahead and do a price breakdown on this thing. Alright, so we left off at the hood and bumper. So the radiator was $58.17. The radiator bushings was $19.41. CV axle was $77.58. Frame rail was $249.52. The grill, the plastic grill insert behind the grill, and a side skirt from Pick and Pull was $56.93. Upper control arm with a ball joint was $35. Lower control arm with the ball joint was $65. And the fender was $115, but I'm minusing $69 off of it from the old fender because I took that back to Pick and Pull and got a credit. So I will use that credit at another time. So the total cost for the fender was $46. And then the paint was $65 for everything. And then a total, everything said and done out the door, was $3,307.36. Total cost to rebuild it, including vehicle, all the parts, was $3,307.36. So y'all let me know, man, if this was a good deal or not. I'm looking to sell it probably around, I'll probably post it for about 65 and get about 6 for it. So let me know if this is a good deal or not. And that's going to be a wrap on the Jeep, everybody. Let me know what y'all think, how it turned out with the price breakdown and everything like that. Let me know if I had a good deal or not. Just something to do, you know, something to fix. Took me a little while, every now and again, working on it, a couple hours a week. But that's gonna be it, man, for this episode, for this video on the Jeep. It's a wrap. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Everything I ask y'all to do in the end of them videos, it would be greatly appreciated. 90% of the watchers are not subscribed. It would help me out so much, and it would be greatly appreciated if y'all subscribe to the channel. But until next time, peace out, YT Nation.